decades. So the things we can analyze, we can sit and analyze where things went wrong. Obviously, these reforms, as I said, complement the macroeconomic stability that Pakistanis demand and deserve. I would say a few words. Those who sometimes spread a hopeless attitude, I always encourage my friends of business community, particularly the last interaction I had was as finance minister in 2023 budget. And I won't name them. They would come, business leaders of Pakistan. And in accordance with the previous practice, I engaged them and discussed, because I always think that you never know what golden proposal can come last minute and which should be accommodated. But I think majority of them, when invited and obviously not together but separate for federation, key chambers, etc., they would show great discontentment and disappointment, and they would say they are thinking to sell off the business. I'm talking May 2023, April and May 2023, not too far long. And I said, what is the problem? I said, well, obviously businesses were down and growth was almost nil there. Costs had gone up, 22%, the policy rate. Who can afford a business? It's better to put, I'm sure, money in the treasury bills and have 22%. Which business will give you net of 22%? I'm sure very few. Maybe taza has some secrets, making more than 40-50% per annum. But general return, I'm talking about average. But I always tell them that Pakistan has great potential, and I believe this thing. There is no other country in 2012-13 which was declared macroeconomic unstable country. This is Pakistan. Please recall your memories. Where were you? High inflation, high policy rate, low growth, and predicted to be defaulting within 6 to 8 months, no matter which political party would win the election. What happened? Dr. Hakan mentioned it was the first time, and Yunus Dhagasa was part of the team. He was heading power sector. The first time Pakistan completed the country, which was known to be 2 or 3 times country and runs away after taking upfront money. The first time it delivered the whole structural program of 12 successful, the reviews. And where did we reach in 2017? We are not talking any other country, we are talking Pakistan. Macroeconomic stable country, interest rate down to one of the lowest, 5.25, export refinance 3.25, growth 6.3%, reserves still not beaten the maximum, crossed 25 billion, close to 26 billion. So that shows the country has the potential. The business community can lead that growth. But we all know that IMF programs are usually and generally, they are anti-growth. So the focus of this government is fully that having achieved this stability, and by the way, don't forget 2017, Google please now, but what was written about Pakistan economy. Don't look towards neighbor, look to Pakistan. And all rating agencies upgraded your ratings. I went to float sovereign paper, 500 million euro bonds. I was offered 14 times, 7 billion. We only picked up 2 billion. So Pakistan has the potential. It's only a matter of going in the right direction and stopping this cyclical nonsenses in this country. And I was the one who, as a finance minister, kept repeating every year, 2013, 2014, 2015, and Dr. Hakan was part of, again, the economic team in the Ministry of Finance. And we used to give 3 years medium-term macroeconomic framework. 2013 में 2013-16 का दिया, 14-17 का दिया, and kept begging for a chart of economy. But we only care for politics. Nobody paid any heed, and then you were predicted by 2017, you reached 24th global largest economy. You were only 4 notches away from entering the premium economic club of the world, G20. That's what you deserve. You're already nuclear power. God has blessed you with missile power. And the only thing lacking is the full economic flotation and independence. Can Pakistan have it? Of course, indeed. This is my belief, my faith. I would not be joining the government and serving now if I did have that belief. We are only 4 notches away. What happened to the same country? This political gimmicks and instability in the country, where it led to? By 2022, you fell to 47th economy of the world. And within next few months, you were predicted to default. I was asked September 2022, 4th time to take up. Every time there's a mess, economic mess, then I'm called upon to come and rescue. And what was being asked at that time? They were giving dates. Again, see the Googles. They were giving dates. Pakistan will default that day. Pakistan default with that day. Last one's in May 2023. Fitch gave a date that they will default by 30th of June 2023, the max. And I kept saying as Finance Minister of Pakistan, IMF or no IMF, Pakistan will not default. And I meant it. And I worked for that with the team. And alhamdulillah, Pakistan didn't default. So you see, this country has resilience. This leadership in the business community, Pakistan has the acumen. They know how to make money. They know how to take the economic cycle forward. So we are the enablers. And rightly said by one of the panelists, that government must exit from the business. This is the key priority of this government. After PIA, we would be unbundling and unwinding many other areas. I try to do with as much speed as I can as chairman of the Cabinet Committee on Privatization. So our focus is that discourse, all these loss-making entries must be get rid of, must be privatized. You see the history, whichever institution you privatize in the last 2-3 decades, you made many times more in terms of collecting taxes in future by their increase in profitability. So be large-hearted. So this government, as I said, has a very clear roadmap, and this is the resolve that Pakistan, frankly, I believe that we have returned to current account surplus, as Daga Sahab just indicated. It's how much? Just less than 2 years. You have worked hard, you contributed, you implemented the structural reforms, where you back again. Your current account deficit has turned into surplus. Your revenue, tax to GDP has increased by 2%. Your inflation has come down to 5.6% CPI. Pakistan Stock Exchange has made a new mark and a new record. It also made in 16-17, if you recall. At that time, its market capitalization went to $100 billion at that time. So दूसरी जो प्रॉब्लम होती थी, जो मेरे पास साथी बिजनेस के आते थे, they used to say, साथ पकड़ के, बच्चे we are, अभी by the way, one of the slide was debt. So Pakistan is debt trap. Okay, for a moment I take it that Pakistan is in deep debt business. But have you ever thought, what is our debt to GDP? What are and compare with other countries? When I left, it was 63%. I triggered in 1999 this Fiscal Responsibility and Debt Limitation Act. It was not imposed by IMF or any other foreign country. It is self-imposed, 60%. When I came back in 2022, it was 73%. It has now gone again under 70%. But what US has, 109% debt to GDP. What UK has after COVID, 100% debt to GDP. What Japan has 257, it went down as low as 34%. But when we honored our commitments, it shot up to 80%.